My sister Jill, 32 female, got married at 19 and didn't go to college. She is a stay-at-home mom and pretty much excels at being her husband's sexy maid. Her words, not mine. She brags about being a MILF and about how everyone doesn't believe she is 30 plus. How she looks 10 years younger. She doesn't. She wants to come with me, 23 female, to parties and coffee with my friends, or have me watch her kids, 5 female, 4 male and 3 male, so she can go out to clubs with her neighbors, 30 to 40 female. I feel like I should care about my nibblings, but I don't. I find them tiring, annoying, spoiled, and a waste of my energy and time. I work a lot, travel over the weekends, have a boyfriend, and a lot of friends. I have pets, I work out a lot and like to bike, so I am always riding to work and don't use a car much. Because of my area of work, I am saving most of my money so I don't have to keep working my whole life, like my sister. I don't want kids, and my boyfriend had a son who passed away a few years ago, and he doesn't want another kid. So we are well matched. My sister is always showing up at my house trying to get me to babysit. She will tell the kids I have something awesome planned. I never do. And that I'm going to take them to an amusement park or a sea-themed amusement park. These cost money, and I am unwilling to spend on her children. The nibblings will ultimately cry and scream because I told them no. My sister has dropped them off before and ran to her car. I have refused to let them in the house and called her, saying I will get CPS involved if she doesn't come pick them up. She does, and ultimately, it causes a huge argument. Because I don't like having her drop small children on me at 7 a.m. Now we just don't answer the door, and she will pound for a good 20 minutes, which wakes up the dogs and causes the cat to get stressed out. The one time the police showed up, she tried to weasel her way into saying, AD overslept and was supposed to watch the kids. I told the officer that A, I don't watch her kids, B, we don't get along, and C, there is no proof that I've ever watched her kids. And I would not do it for free. People in my family have mixed reactions. My mom has been trying to guilt me into watching the kids. She thinks because I have money to spend, I should spend it on my sister. Either help pay for childcare or take them myself. She thinks I'm being stupid and cruel to turn them away. She believes if my sister lies about going somewhere with the kids, like the zoo, I should have to take them. It never stops. It is always, AD, you need to care about these kids. But I don't. I don't actually like my sister and never have. She's a bitch and she never really treated me well growing up. She was always cruel to me. Now she wants to be best buddies. It doesn't work like that. Am I wrong? What should I do? OP, you are not wrong. Your sister sounds like a selfish person and I feel like you have more of a problem with her than her kids. So set boundaries with her and enjoy your life. It would be good if you would be in the kids' life even if it's during holidays. I think they need a cool aunt. Now for some comments. She doesn't want to be best buddies. She wants to party and not be a mommy to her own kids. Seriously, she's a stay-at-home mom who needs you to babysit this much. OP, live your life. What she's doing is incredibly wrong. When the kids are older, reach out to them. And let them learn they have a cool-ass shit aunt. Right now, it's not the time. Wow, she sounds like a piece of work. First, I think you need to separate your sister from her kids. They are put in the middle of a bad situation that isn't their fault at all. They are annoying and spoiled because of your sister. You should not be forced to babysit. You do not have to help or take her kids anywhere. I feel it is nice and right, generally, for families to help each other out, but that doesn't mean it is an obligation. I think you should cut off your sister, tell her you won't watch her children, etc., and make her acknowledge that it isn't your responsibility or you will go no contact. I would also suggest you think over your sister's situation and consider if calling CPS would be a good idea. The problem isn't the kids. The problem is your sister has a raging personality disorder. Its focus is just currently on the kids. She will never change and you will always be in the wrong. All you can do is set boundaries. If you show up without calling, I will not let you in. If you refuse to leave or harass me, I will call the police. Then you do those things, and when you have to go to that, you go no contact until she apologizes. Do not engage back if you get abusive text messages. If she abuses you on the phone, hang up. Boundaries or no contact are all that will work here. Story 2. This is a very difficult time for our family. Although I'm not sure about my mom, my sister was recently diagnosed with a primary malignant brain tumor and is going to have surgery this Wednesday. I don't want to go through the medical stuff, just that this is very serious. Doctors are optimistic that with surgery and radiotherapy, she has a good chance of making a full recovery, but this is a very risky and dangerous situation. My parents have this twisted ideology that helping people in need only make them less independent. And for this reason, they have decided not to be involved or show any support to my sister, thinking that allowing her to go alone through the most difficult time of her life will make her a much stronger person. They live by these values themselves as well. If they have problems, they will never accept any help from anyone. Going back to my sister, she is really freaked out about the whole thing, as it has happened really fast. She now has this life-threatening condition and a surgery in a few days that, even if successful, can leave her with many side effects that may take years to overcome. And my parents act like she has a cold. I truly think that having them around will be helpful to my sister, but they haven't shown the slightest interest in being involved in any way. They only live 1 hour away, and my mom has all the time in the world, as she doesn't work. My sister called them last night asking to see them before the surgery, but they refused, saying that they can't make it there on time, but they will be around for her birthday, which is in 3 months. I'm genuinely just pissed off at them and told them this, and they again said it's a responsibility and independence issue, and that I also shouldn't get too much involved in this and allow her to deal with her own problems. They suggested that I should visit her a few days after the surgery. I'm posting this as more of a rant than asking for advice, to be honest. I know what I need to do. I should focus on helping my sister in any way possible, but I can't help being angry at them. Update. So my sister had the surgery on Wednesday. It was a very difficult one. It took longer than expected and there were multiple complications during the surgery, but in the end she pulled through. It took over 2 days for her to regain consciousness. She's not exactly doing great, as she has great weakness in the left side of her body. But the doctors say this was to some extent expected, and she will make some recovery within 2 months. And after that, they will know what to expect in the long term. Soon we will know about the next stages of her treatment with radiotherapy. About my parents, I called them every day before the surgery and on the morning of the surgery, and begged them to come as it will mean a lot to my sister. But they still refused. They only asked me to tell them how the surgery goes. I only texted them after the surgery when she was still unconscious, and my mom replied, "She's a strong one." How reassuring. I haven't made any further contact with them, and neither have they. And I don't think I ever will. They made us so independent that we don't even need to talk to them anymore. Luckily, my sister has some good friends that have been around during this time and offered all sorts of help and support and will be here with us during her recovery. Her high school best friend flew 3,000 miles from abroad just to be here with her and is going to stay here for 2 weeks. She is her family, our parents are not. Last update. First about my sister's recovery. It has been more difficult than we expected. She's had many side effects from the surgery, and the speed that things are getting better is not as the doctors hoped. She has problems with movement and sensation in her left side, sleep problems, vision and hearing issues. She also used to have some mood issues, but those are mostly resolved. Doctors expect her to make a full recovery though, but it may take some years of rehab and hard work. She has great motivation these days, so we are very optimistic. About parents, well, I don't know where to start. They didn't make any contact until 3 weeks after the surgery. They were upset that my sister hadn't called them. I told them to piss off and not contact us again. A week later, they showed up at my sister's place. They didn't even know that she had moved out of her place and moved in with me. How could they have known when they didn't care? They called me angrily, asking where their daughter is. I told them that maybe she died after the surgery and hung up. I know this was cruel, but I couldn't play nice with them anymore. They called me again, but I didn't answer. They came to my door. I opened the door but didn't let them in. I took a very strong punch in the face from my dad, but I still didn't let them in and told them to F off and went inside. My dad threatened to break the door. I told them that I'm calling the police, and if they do anything crazy, they will be in jail for breaking and entering. They told me that I'm disowned and left. My sister was sleeping during this. I told her everything, and she was happy with how I handled it, which is all that matters to me. We had talked about what to do if something like this happened. I'm not sad that they disowned me. We had disowned them long before that. It's just the two of us